Good morning, everybody. This is Gregg Amato. I'm going to wait a couple more minutes to allow others to get on the webinar. We'll start in a minute or two. Thanks. Okay, why don't we go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending which is our second in the Group Corner webinar series. Today's special guest is Laura Kelly from Aetna. I'm your host. Let's see here. Gregg Amato. Oh, there we go. I'm your host for the next webinar series, which is our every other Wednesday through March. You can find my contact information here. I'm the Director of Employee Benefits for Northeast Ohio. And if you need additional information and are located in another part of the state, please contact your Cornerstone representative in your area. Also, if you'd like to get licensed with Aetna, if you're not already, or any of our other partner carriers, please talk to your Cornerstone representative, and we can have Sandy Weber from our licensing area get the process started. We have a few housekeeping items to cover. First, if you have questions during the presentation, please feel free to type it in the chat area box located on the right side of your screen. We will answer questions at the end as time permits. Also, one lucky attendee will win a $50 gift card from Aetna today. Cornerstone's rewards trip is back for 2020. It's called Cruising in the Caribbean through Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Sea Cruise. The dates are from May through May 10th of 2020. The qualifying dates started January 1st of this year and end at the end of the year, December 31st. Points are earned for writing new business in both individual medical and ancillary, as well as group medical and ancillary. Please visit our website so that you can register and we can begin tracking your progress and for more details. This year we have an enhanced lineup of webinars throughout 2019. We have the individual corner, Build Your Brand, the Tech Tuesdays, of course, the Group Corner, which you're attending today, and the Cornerstone Corner, where we have guest speakers come in and talk about a variety of great training tools and skills to manage and grow your business. With that, I'd like to introduce Laura Kelly from Aetna, who I've known for a number of years. She will cover Aetna's products and services and the exciting things that are happening over there. Laura?
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much, Gregg, for inviting me on your class today just to go through some of the new things that Aetna has going on. I really appreciate it. So thank you. I'm going to go ahead and start PowerPoint. So, here in Ohio, we're pretty lucky that we get we're kind of like a test pilot state for a lot of new things that happen within Aetna small group because we've had such success here with our Aetna Funding Advantage product. So this is our small group underwritten product that goes down to 5 eligible lives all the way up to 100. So you do have to have a minimum of 5 enrolled for this product as well. So again, we're just really lucky to be able to pilot some of these new programs that are happening, new plan designs, and that's really what I wanted to go through and review with you today. So the first thing, with our Aetna Funding Advantage product, we do have, our product portfolio with those 33 national plan designs where we use the Choice POS2 network. But in addition to that, starting with 4/1 effective dates, we are also adding in what we're calling essential plans into the AFA portfolio. So they're really unique. We wanted to make sure, that we were still able to offer just more choice within the portfolio for some cost-saving options. So with this product, you can use these essential plans as one of your dual option strategies. So if you wanted to do, the national plan design, you could, in addition to, choosing an essential plan. We also have, the Metro plans here in Cleveland. We also have the Aetna Whole Health plans down in Cincinnati and Toledo. We also have the Mount Carmel plans in Columbus. So we really are trying to give you guys a lot of choice, just so you can have more consultative conversations with your plan sponsors. And we realize that everybody's trying to, achieve healthier lives, but also, at a cost that everybody can afford. So, by adding these plans into the portfolio, you'll see some savings with that. So these plans are about 10% less than what our national plan designs are. You're still going to get all of the great programs that you have built into the national plan design. So you're still going to have the Apple Watch program, Peerfit, the employee assistance program. So everything is still built into these essential plan designs. And these plans are really going to give more balance in the fact that what we've done with these plan designs, and we'll go into them in more detail here shortly, we are lowering the cost for more of the highly utilized benefits such as PCP copays, generic drugs, urgent care. So what we did is we went ahead and lowered the copays on those, and then raised copays on things like specialist, brand name drugs, all the things that we're trying, to get people to be more mindful when they are making those decisions about, things that are costing them more. So again, Ohio is one of the lucky states. So we have 9 states that this is live for 4/1 effective dates. It will go live nationally 9/1. So again, for here in Ohio, it is effective the 4/1 effective dates. So with this product, there is a different network that we're using with it. It's called the Open Access Aetna Select Network. The reason we had to choose that network is these plan designs have no out-of-network benefits. So they are in-network only plan designs. So I wanted to make sure that, I showed you guys a map so you could actually see the difference in the network. As you can see, we've done a ton of research, and 95% of all claims are coming in network anyways. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to find the closest matched network to the Choice POS2, and as you can see, these maps pretty much overlay each other. So people that choose these AFA Essential plans are really going to have still a very strong in-network benefit. As you can see, like in Ohio, there's no gaps in coverage between the Choice POS2 and then the Open Access and the Select network. If you look, I know it might be a little bit hard to see, but like for example, in New York, there are some small gaps, in coverage. So again, the coverage is about 99% the same. So we do want to make sure that, when your members and your plan sponsors ask, is the network the same? We don't want to say yes because there is a small chance that there could be something that's off. But again, here in Ohio, we're so fortunate. I mean, we have all the major hospital systems, in network, which is great. So again, you just want to make sure, it is a different network. There is no out-of-network benefit. So there's 15 plan designs within this portfolio. So these are the 15 plan designs right here. So as you can see, it's got 100% plans, 80% plans. We've added a couple HSA plans in here. So towards the bottom of the screen, I always like to point this out. Our aggregate HSA plans are defined by this PIF definition. So it's a total integrated family. So just know that that is an aggregate deductible HSA plan. The other two are the embedded plans. So these plan designs are available, on Producer World. So you can either pull that down from there if you've not received a broker blast email from us already with these plan designs. So again, they're pretty basic plan designs. It's just there's no out-of-network benefit, and that's what's really helping us, utilize the cost savings. So this is a little bit more, high-level benefit comparison. So as I mentioned earlier, you're going to see more cost savings on these essential plans for the more utilized benefits. So, the PCP copays are going to be, $10 as compared to the $25 to $40 we have on the national plans. We do have the $2 lower cost generics on these AFA essential plans. So generics are basically $2 or $10 on the essential plans, or they could be $3 or $10 on the national plans. But as you can see, there is a higher copay amount for the brand name drugs. We're also changing on these essential plans where you will have your lab work done at a copay rather than it being deductible and coinsurance like it is on the national plans. Urgent care copays are going to be less. So $50 copays on most of those plans as compared to $75 to $100. So again, really unique that, we're really still giving members, the access to care that they need at more beneficial pricing. So this is, again, just a great dual option strategy. If an employer is looking for something that's going to give cost savings, they may want to choose these essential plans as their base benefit, and then, showing the national plans as their buy-up plan design. So again, just want to point out again, essential plans have no out-of-network benefits, so you do have to choose the open access Aetna Select Network instead of the Choice POS2. So then there are a couple of differences in regards to the drugs, the way they're administered. So you're still going to use that Value Plus formulary that you do today for the national plan designs. But as of right now, the choose generics that we have on the national plan designs, if a doctor does write dispenses written, the cost sharing is only between the copay amounts, whereas on the essential plans, they're going to have to do the cost sharing of the copay amounts plus the cost of the drug. So it really is more generic driven on these essential plans. So even if the doctor writes dispenses written on the essential plan, the member is going to have the responsibility of all the cost sharing on that. So they will be taking on more of a cost if they take these plan designs. So again, if you have somebody, an owner or whoever it may be that needs to have a different benefit, you definitely want to steer them more towards the national plans rather than the essential plan. So any of that cost differential that the member has to pay does not get applied towards the deductible or the out-of-pocket maximum. So I feel like we get that question a lot about, what exactly applies to deductible and out-of-pocket. So anything that the member pays, for these cost differences is really out of their own pocket. So we just want to make sure that, again, that all the employees are aware of that. So the essential plans is a little more strict. There's also some differences in the maintenance choice program. So with the national plans right now, members have a choice if they want to do the 90-day mail order. So they're always going to get, a discount if they do. So it's 2 times for a 90-day supply. we try to make this as easy as possible for people to get these 90-day supplies, so they can either get it through mail order or they can get that done at their local CVS pharmacy. As long as that pharmacy carries that drug, they can get the 90-day supply right there. With these AFA Essential plans, it's going to be mandatory that the employees take advantage of the 90-day program. So they are going to have to, at the 2 refills, they're going to have to get it filled, again, either via mail or at the local CVS pharmacy. Otherwise, they're going to be responsible for 100% of the cost sharing. So, again, it is more strict on the Essential Plan where, it's mandatory and it's voluntary on the national side. So definitely want to make sure, again, that members are aware of that difference. So as I know, we try to make it really easy, to get these 90-day supplies. So again, you have the choice of doing it through the Aetna RX home delivery or, the in-person pickup at your local CVS location. So, and again, these are just for your maintenance medications, right? So things for like arthritis, asthma, diabetes, high cholesterol. So just your maintenance medication is where you're going to want to be doing this. One of the things that CVS is doing, this is one of the newer benefits that I absolutely love that they're doing. The medications, when they sign up for this maintenance choice, even if they're not signing up for maintenance choice, the delivery option, they can have their drugs delivered to them, right? So if you have a sick child at home, your schedule's just too busy, you have an elderly, parent or neighbor or somebody that, have no transportation and can't get to CVS to get their drugs, we can get that to them. So, as long as you're within a 10-mile radius of a pharmacy, they do delivery 7 days a week from 9 to 8. They do guarantee it within 4 hours. There is a small fee associated with it, and I'll go through that on the next slide. But everything's delivered by a professional courier, so it's most certainly all HIPAA compliant. Nobody's going to know what drugs are being delivered, to your house. But I just adore this program. I have small children, and so sometimes when you have, again, this really relates to me, when you have a sick child and you don't want to drag them and get them in the car and take them out to go, get a prescription filled. So as I said, there is a small fee. So here in Ohio, there is a $7 fee for the delivery. There's some states where it's smaller, so more populated areas like Miami, Boston, DC, San Francisco. So $7 is pretty much the main fee for most states. So that is what it is here in Ohio. Again, I really just relate to this. So I love that this benefit is built into the program. So that's really it for the AFA Essential plans. So again, right, you just want to remember some of the major differences. Again, no out-of-network benefit, more strict on the generic drug, more strict on, using the mail order system. So those are really the main differences with those plan designs. And, again, the 10% cost savings, it's definitely there. So when you're looking at your quote, it will absolutely specify by saying essential plans in the actual plan name. So if you have problems with your quote, I know that our quotes can have a lot of pages, especially when you're talking about our neighborhood networks, our national networks, and now these essential plans. Please just call, your Cornerstone rep, call me or your Aetna AE. Any of us are more than happy to walk through with you to make sure that you're reading and presenting the right plan design. So, it's just a quick phone call or an email. So please, by all means, reach out to us. Next, I wanted to talk through about how to get the best rate with Aetna. So I'm hoping most of you saw our broker blast that went out recently that we have changed our underwriting guidelines a little bit here in Ohio. In the past, we were groups were required to do individual medical questionnaires when they were between 5 and 15. We did change that a little bit, so it's now 5 to 24 enrolled that have to use individual medical questionnaires. We're always going to that member level census. So this is one thing that's going to have to be completed. We do, this is the form that's available, if you're using, Easy Apps or FormFire. These are all available in their system. So you just want to make sure that you're pulling the member level census. That basically, it's giving us the demographic information for every member, not just for the employee. So we're actually gathering the information for spouses and children. It's not social security numbers or anything, but it is, name, gender, date of birth, zip code. We just want to make sure all of that is listed. One thing I do always like to point out, because you will hear us say the word enrolled a lot, just because this product, you have to have 5 enrolled for this product. When you're submitting your census, you do want to make sure that you're listing all eligible employees. So please make sure that you are listing your waivers on this census. Since this product here in Ohio is 5 to 100, there is some different underwriting concessions that happen between that 5 to 50 market and then that 51 to 100 market. So we do actually need to know the full eligible count, just to make sure that we're underwriting it out of the correct segment. So even though the process is exactly the same, the quoting mailbox is the same, we do still need to know that eligible count. So again, I just wanted to send a reminder, make sure that you are listing all eligible employees, including the waivers, on this member level census. For waivers, really we only need their name and to know that they're waiving. We don't need any additional information on those employees. So as I mentioned, 5 to 24 is where you are going to be required to use our individual medical application. So you could probably hear a lot of different names for what sometimes we call them IMQs, sometimes we call them short forms. In FormFire, they are called the Aetna AFA Medical and Stop Loss Employee Enrollment and Change Form. So I do see a lot of RFPs that come through. It's just a change form. I know that FormFire has a lot of different forms listed on their website, and it can be kind of difficult to navigate through which one is actually current or correct. So just know that is the one that's current, that's in their system. It's the Aetna AFA Medical and Stop Loss Employee Enrollment and Change Form. So this, as you can see, it has 3 medical conditions. So it is really just a short form. So highly encourage you to just grab these. And again, if you have questions, let us know so we can help you with it. One thing I will tell you, on our groups where we have 25 or more enrolled, we can underwrite using, it's called our GRX system, and that's where we actually use that member level census to underwrite employees that are listed there based on their prescription background. So it's a prescription background check that we do. So we can most certainly do that. I will tell you, you will get a better, a much more competitive rate from us if you have applications completed rather than using that GRX system. So for any size group, again, if you already have apps completed for another carrier, by all means, please submit those to us. We're finding that we do offer, more competitive rates when we have the information that's listed in these IMQs. So again, we will still underwrite using that GRX system, but we highly encourage, the IMQs, if you have them, to please send them to us. So that's for any size case. So, we would appreciate seeing those. That's where you will get the best rate from us. So just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that. So Attain by Aetna, this is the next topic I wanted to go through. So this will be available, again, 4-1 to AFA groups. I love this program. This is where, the Apple Watch it's going to be a lot more interactive than it has in the past with this AFA program. So right now, if you're not aware, we do have a subsidy program where the employee and the spouse can purchase an Apple Watch at a discounted rate, basically. We're paying the cost difference for the watch for those, for the employee or the spouse. This Attain by Aetna, it's actually an app that Aetna developed, but we did it in conjunction with Apple. So I think that's what's so cool about it. We all know how, Apple is so easy and to use, and everything they do is about data and analytics. So we're so excited that this is something we can offer soon. So again, the app is not available to be downloaded just yet, so it will be very soon. At some point, that subsidy program will go away, and we are going, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. We're going to kind of set up a different program about the way we purchase these Apple Watches with these plan designs. So, AFA members, they will be able to either earn an Apple Watch through this program, or if they already own an Apple Watch and sign up for this program, they will still get rewards every month for meeting goals. So, for example, the discount that we give on the Apple Watch is $264. So, what we're going to do, rather than giving that benefit up front of just having the employee or the spouse paying that smaller fee, what we're going to do is when they sign up for Attain by Aetna, as long as they're meeting their monthly goals, we will give them a credit for $11 on their Apple Watch to pay their Apple Watch off. So it is a 24-month program. What's different with this program too is that it will be any enrolled member over the age of 18 is available for this. So it's not just going to be for the employee and the spouse anymore. So it'll be for any enrolled member over the age of 18. If somebody already has an Apple Watch that is signing up for this program, that $11, that reward would be used towards something else within the reward system. So whether that's a gift card, they can use that money. So we're not taking the reward away from them. We're just giving it to them either to pay for the Apple Watch, or if they already have the Apple Watch, they can use that reward money on something. So this app, it's specifically designed to offer like a more personalized experience than I think any of us have ever seen before. The goal between, Apple and Aetna, we want to make sure that we're helping people achieve better health and well-being, right? So we have to figure out a way to get members more engaged. This has to be different than telling somebody, hey, you have to walk 10,000 steps in order to get your watch or to get your benefit, right? So if you have somebody that just is out of surgery, has to be, kind of immobile for, several months, they're clearly not going to be walking 10,000 steps a day. So these goals are going to be based off of, a person's age, their gender, their weight. It does sync up to the health app on your iPhone. So it really is much more personalized. So if it sees that you've had a great week, it might push you a little bit harder the next week. If it sees, that you have toned down the week before and you haven't, done as many steps as you did the week prior, it's not going to penalize you. It's going to try to motivate you to get active again, right? So, again, this is more of a way to get, just to get people, again, member engagement, to get people more involved. And it's not going to measure it just by steps. I mean, it could be, swimming, it could be yoga. At some point, it could be, getting your flu shot, getting your annual mammogram. So, this is going to be developed as we use it. So what's really cool, again, this is, they're rolling this out to small group AFA members first. So we're going to be the first ones using this and trying this. And there will be more details to come. So we have some additional trainings here in the next couple of weeks. So I imagine you will see some promotional flyers, promotional emails coming out on this, in addition to stuff being posted on Producer World. So just keep your eyes open for that. That's coming. So then the last thing that I really wanted to talk about was Peerfit. I don't think that this is a benefit that is, talked about enough with our plan design. So this benefit was introduced 10-1 in addition to our EAP program for the AFA product. So for new business, this will be on your plans, enrolled right away. If it's a group that's already in force with Aetna, it will be installed once the group renews with us at their renewal. So basically what it is, it's a software platform that's going to connect employees to a variety of fitness classes. So it's not going to be like your local YMCA. So it's actually really unique classes, things like yoga, Tai Chi, bar, CrossFit, boxing, interval training. There's different places that are associated with this program based off of zip code. So, one of the big ones is that Orange Theory Fitness is on here. So what's cool is, we are giving employees basically credits to use where they can take one class a week. So, what employees do is they have to register through Peerfit.com. They would search for a studio by zip code. They would actually pay for their classes using this point system or this allowance or credits that's on their own individualized system here. Again, it equates to one class a week that we're going to be paying for. And then they go in, they take their class, and then we will replenish that every month for employees. So they don't get to roll over those credits. So if you don't use your credits in that month, you are going to lose them. But again, we do replenish these monthly. So that way you will always be assured to have, one class that you can take every month. So, as you can see, this is going to kind of come full circle with this Attain app, right? It's, going and running on a treadmill doesn't speak to everybody, but maybe a yoga class does. Maybe, trying something different or trying something new will help people get motivated to live, active, healthy lifestyle. So, what that turns into, it's really a win-win for everybody. The employees get to choose which classes they want to take. Again, they can try something new without having to make a commitment, without having to shell out their own money for these classes. Again, it's a great way just to get the employees engaged. And we all know that once we get employees engaged, it only helps the renewal for plan sponsors. People that are more active, people that are more engaged, they seem to make different choices about their healthcare. They're using their healthcare differently than somebody that is sick or somebody that has a chronic condition. Trying to reach people before they have chronic conditions and speaking to people that do have chronic conditions, those are two completely separate conversations. So this is a great way, again, just to kind of get people motivated to try something new. It can be for those people that have an active lifestyle and just want to try something, or it can be somebody that is not active and really needs to just try something differently. So it's just a great program. So just remember, this is built into the plan designs. We do have flyers for this available on Producer World. If you would like, we do have, emails, templates that we can send you to get to the employers to send out to employees to remind them. So there's just, we really want to try to get members more engaged, with their health choices. So we want to be able to meet members when they want to be met. So we don't, it's not our goal to force this stuff on anybody. It's really about, meeting members where they're at on their journey. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Those 4 topics. So, we definitely have time to go through questions. Anything you need.
Okay. Well, thanks, Laura. I really appreciate you coming on board, and that was a very informative presentation. Lots of great information on Aetna. I don't see any questions up there right now on the chat box, but if something comes up, if you think of something and have a question, please contact your Cornerstone rep and have them, we can get the question answered from one of the Aetna representatives. I want to thank all of you, our partner brokers, for taking time out of your busy day to attend, which is our second Group Corner webinar. Up on the schedule, next Tuesday, February 26th, there's another webinar on build your brand using email to market to prospects. So you get it on the Monday Minutes. Please register for that. And then in 2 weeks, on March 6th, I will be back to host the Group Corner when we have special guest Dan Feiwell from Anthem Specialty. So if there's nothing further, I don't see any additional questions or anything. We will end the webinar, and thanks again for participating.